I found that sleeping on my back really helped me with my posture, and it's like it helped me get a better posture easier in a sense because the thing is your posture is whatever you make it out to be. Like you can have it easy, you can just like stand up straight and you're fine, or you could have like a bad back, you need to like do some stuff to help it out to get a good posture, but you can get a good posture. But I found that sleeping on my back made it easier for me to have a good posture, and I'll explain it. So, before I slept on my back, I used to sleep on my side. Like I used to have like my arm right, one arm like facing down, the other on top of it facing up, like in my the side of my head on my pillow. And even now, I was just uncomfortable. I don't know how I worked it out, but it's a weird position I had. And I even had like a almost like a schedule at night. Like I would lay on my back for the first like 10 or so minutes, then I would face to my side, then like after a little bit I would like shift this way, shift that way, like so I can fall asleep better. And sleeping on your back, you don't need to do that, by the way. You can just like turn your head, whatever feels comfortable, and then you're good. But anyway, I was sleeping on my side like that, and due to the nature of how sleeping on your side works, you curl into yourself. So instead of like sleeping straight, I was sleeping like this, or like slightly curved. Like you just curl in on yourself whenever you sleep on your side, especially your head. Like whenever you have your head on your pillow, you're like this, like with the rest of your body, and that's really bad for your posture, especially around your neck. It really made it like tight, like the muscles back there. And ever since I started sleeping on my back, first of all, I've noticed that my neck doesn't hurt as much. Like it's not as tight, it's not as painful whenever I wake up. And second of all, it's easier for me to have a better posture. Like it's easier for me to just stand up straight normally. Because, like logically, if you think about it, it's easier for you to have a good posture if you're just sleeping straight for 7 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours or whatever, than if you were sleeping like this for 10 hours. And honestly, to change a sleeping position, it's really difficult at first. Like, I lost probably like a week of sleep whenever I started changing my position. And, like, it feels uncomfortable at first, but eventually you get used to it. And then going back to the old position feels uncomfortable. Like, there's like an adjustment period essentially from your old position to your new position. That space in the middle is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have bad sleep. I did. But after you get to the new position, like you just sleep there. Like that's just your new position. I've never tried sleeping on my stomach, so I can't speak for it. But I can say that I prefer sleeping on my back than on my side, just due to the posture and my neck. And it's really like odd how like simple things like that like really change a lot, because think about it, if we spend a third of our lives sleeping, and a lot of people, I used to sleep like this, especially essentially for a third of your day, you're like curled down. It's the same as like you being on your phone like this for 8 hours or whatever. Like no wonder your neck hurts all the time. No wonder like you can't even like get your arms behind your back touching. Sleeping on my back did really help me with my posture. I don't even know where I like learned of it, but I'm glad I started doing it. Like genuinely, I don't know how I slept in my old position, in my old sleeping position. Like even now I know like if I like sleep a little over to the side, then I can't sleep. If I sleep too much off of my side, I can't sleep. Like I have to be in that perfect position to fall asleep. It was horrible. And also, side note, just to get better sleep in general, make sure your room is dark. Like there's a, what is it called, fire alarm or a fire detector, like one of those little round things at the top of your room. I had one of those in my room, and I still do. But it has like a little green light showing you that it's all good, like it's all charged. But every time I woke up, it'd just be like a flashing light right there. It wasn't flashing, but just a big shining light going down to my eyes, and like it was really distracting. If my eyes were like kind of like flickering up and like closed and into open. And what helped was I asked my dad to help me out. He put some tape, like some white tape onto it, onto the light itself, not onto the fire detector. And it made it so that it was less bright. Like obviously the fire detector still works. It's not, nothing's blocked on it. Just like putting that slight little bit of tape on it made it so that there was just less light in my room. And also always close your blinds, obviously. You want to get the best sleep you can. And then also, whenever you're like about an hour before you go to bed, like turn off electronics, wind down, like don't stimulate yourself, like don't watch movies, don't play games, no electronics in general, no overhead lights, and that, as well as looking, I say looking at the sun, but it's really just being outside in the morning and in the late afternoon just helps with like setting your sleep schedule because you're like with the schedule of the sun almost. All of that helps with sleep. So I changed my sleep schedule to earlier. Like instead of going to sleep at like 11, I start going to sleep at 9, and then I consistently go to sleep at 9. That helps as well. But I changed my sleeping position, and it helped with my posture and like my neck. The muscles around my neck don't feel as tight anymore, and it's really helped me.